Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
Right. Great to have you with us. It's some sort of knockoff you're wearing?
No, that's not a knockoff. I actually think Antigua might be made in the USA. This one might be a USA one.
Do you wake up and check? I mean, be nice.
This one is in the United States. There you go. Look at that. 3 days too late.
But they only put out apparel of inferior teams.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So the ratings came out for the U.S. Olympic hockey team. And as I'd said on Monday, who knows what it was going to be like because of the time it aired live. I mean, you were here in the East, so it aired at 8:10.
8:10, yeah.
I was at O'Hare in Chicago, so it's 7:10 in the morning there. And people were already gathered around TV sets in the airport because everybody knew their flights would be delayed. And, you know, you're talking about the Mountain Time Zone, you know, Denver, Salt Lake City, places like that. You're talking about 6:10 in the morning. And anything in the West Coast, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, L.A., San Diego, you're talking about 5:10 in the morning. They still ended up with 18.6 million viewers, the second most watched game ever behind the Vancouver Olympics.
Yep.
Which was a 3:15 in the afternoon
start. Yeah. Most watched sporting event that started before 9 a.m.
Yeah. So that's really a remarkable number. So you're talking about that. That is the second highest ever. Double Four Nations last year, which aired in prime time.
Yep.
And just to give everybody perspective, the single most watched regular season game in the NHL last year was when Alex Ovechkin scored the record goal against the New York Islanders, and that was on TNT, and that had over 900,000.
Yep.
900,000 for that. This had 18.6 million. The women's ice hockey gold medal set a record, 5.3 million viewers. And that took place on a Friday afternoon at 3:15, which means people across the country are working on a Friday afternoon. You're talking about 12:15 that maybe you pick it up at lunch on the West Coast, 1:15 in the Mountain Time, 2:15 Central Time, right? And still got 5.3 million people to watch because it was not in prime time in the U.S., and that's a remarkable number. To do this on a Sunday morning where like the start time in part of the country is it's really dark out.
Absolutely.
It's really dark out. They were able to that's really remarkable numbers.
Yeah.
Now, does it translate to like, what does this do for hockey? Look, we've seen this over the years.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where you get people who love the Olympics and the USA jersey. They couldn't tell you Brady Tkachuk from Quinn Hughes.
Right.
They couldn't tell you.
You see it more so in soccer, I think, than you do hockey, but you see it in hockey.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I mean, you definitely see it in soccer, but they couldn't tell you the difference between, each of the younger brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people didn't even know Jack Hughes had a brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people would not know that, and of course the crazy part is Connor Hellebuck's going back to play for the Winnipeg Jets.
Didn't know who he played for. That's accurate.
Brady Tkachuk is going back to play for the Ottawa Senators. It's going to be a little awkward when they go back.
People in Philly love Jack Hughes for one day. Now they're back to
right. Exactly. Now they're back to like they can't stand him anymore. But so hockey will not get the NHL will not get a great bump out of it. They might get a little
Small.
bit.
Yeah.
Women's ice hockey probably will not get, again, the same thing. Not much
no,
of a,
no,
it's
no,
just
they won't.
not going to happen. I don't even know where they're televised right now.
No, and that's. I think they can get a little bit of a boost this year with the Frozen Four. I think you have good teams in
the
it
Frozen
potentially.
the Frozen Four here,
and it's here.
they'll get a bump
Yeah,
here.
that's
There's
what I
no
think so
question
too.
about that.
Yep.
It would be even better if Penn State played.
Absolutely.
And with Tessa playing.
Yep.
I asked Jeff Campersall about the fact that he had not met you, and
He said he was avoiding me.
no, he seemed happy. So he's one of the great guys out there.
I may have met. I know we had women's hockey players on the show previously.
Sure.
At the All Sports Museum, so I may have met him and just didn't remember. But I don't fully remember that I have ever met him.
He legitimately is a great guy. Legitimately great guy. It doesn't matter whether he coaches or not. And so, will the NHL and the Women's League? Is it the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League?
Yep, that sounds right.
Whether they get a bump or not, I don't know. I don't think they're going to.
I don't think so. No.
But it's still, at least for the sport.
Yeah.
People love the sport.
Yes.
Especially when it's USA and it's one team.
Yes.
But let's give credit where credit's due. I think a lot of people now know who Hillary Knight is.
Absolutely.
Over and over again, because she's been on so many Olympic teams. But I think now people really
clearly know it. Yeah.
Clearly know who Hillary Knight is. And the NHL players, see, that's what strikes me about all this. They're pros. And yet, this win meant so much to them, and they've celebrated it as a country instead of like the pros. Like, these are not amateurs, kids. The 1980 Olympic hockey team were all college kids, and unknowns. But Jack Hughes is going to be known the rest of his life.
No question.
Like Micah Ruzioni's known. He's going to be Connor Hellebuck's going to be known the rest of his life, because just like Jim Craig has been known the rest of his life. And Hillary Knight is going to be known for the rest of her life, because, look, she is. You want to talk about somebody who's logged in a lot of shifts for the United States of America. Hillary Knight has logged in a lot of shifts for the United States of America, for her country, and has been great at doing it. I mean, when I do get a chance to see Tessa, it's probably going to be one of the things I look at her and say, it was a real plus for you to wear 22 because
you stood next
to Hillary Knight. I said the negative is that they talk so much about Hillary Knight, they kind of went by you.
Went by, yep, pretty much.
and Tessa had a great tournament. Great tournament.
Absolutely did.
So, yeah. Should I address this Facebook thing that was brought up by Jerry?
No.
Okay, because I got a couple of text messages yesterday. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Somebody keeps putting out, who knows whether it's an AI thing, I have no idea.
I don't know anymore.
About people dying. Right? So the latest one, and this is not the first time it's happened. It happened 2 or 3 weeks ago about Jack Ham. Jack Ham is very much alive. Okay?
Yes.
It's like, the fact I even have to talk about this is so stupid. But, for example, they've been like Don Fisher in Indiana. Oh, it's so awful. But
yeah.
No, Don's very much alive. Gary Dolphin at Iowa. No, Gary's very much alive. Right? Paul Keels at Ohio State. When I saw Paul a month ago at Ohio State, and he'll be here next week, He says, golly, did you see the thing about, that I died? I said, yeah. I said, I bypassed it because I know it's all garbage. He says, Steve, I had to call my sister and tell her I'm okay. Who does this stuff?
Ridiculous. Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Who does this stuff? What is wrong with them?
Yeah, there's something very clearly wrong with them. It's unfortunate in so many ways. And Ed Bouchette was another one. Dave Jones was another one.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, then you got to start calling people left and right, saying, "Hey, look, I'm okay. I'm alive." The whole thing, right? And of course, imagine the shock for the listeners when the next game comes up and you're there.
Yeah,
it's like,
And the other part of it is, and it's like, and this is almost an awful comparison, but I think the listeners will see the comparison at least. It's like when a player is traded, a lot of times, there's where you find out first. So that's what scares it even more, because of the fact that, you're looking at that saying, wait, I haven't heard anything about that. And I think most of us can look at it and say, yeah, that's bogus, but not everybody's going to, unfortunately.
Jerry just brought it up to us
exactly.
Here, and I'm like, oh, geez, now we got to address this.
Yeah, not everybody's going to look at it and just shrug it off. They're going to look at it, and that's the unfortunate part of all of it. And the people that are doing it, unfortunately, should understand that and not do this stuff. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
It goes both ways. Like here's a benign one. People were like, this is going back, I don't know, 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. And I've got people coming up and congratulating me. I said, for what? They said, we were named National Sportscaster of the Year. I said, I wasn't named National Sportscaster of the Year.
Yeah.
Right? But I guess it was on Facebook. Like, no. Right? Yeah. I mean, that's benign. It's at least a nice thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But, like, people put stuff out, and it's not true.
No, it's no.
Yeah?
And
you were named the National Sportscaster of the Year. Right, and and I just want to say on behalf of the company,
and it wasn't in America. How bad is that?
How honored we all are that in Rwanda, you were considered to be top shelf in sports broadcasting.
You don't even speak our language, but we're naming you.
I just want to know when you're flying there and whether we're allowed to go. So I mean. Where do we come up with this stuff?
It's the internet and social media have its pluses. The internet and social media have quite a few of its negatives, and unfortunately, this adds to a long list of negatives that people are able to do on internet and social media. That is unfortunate because it often fools people, which makes it worse. And that's where it's just completely, it's frustrating and it's unfortunate that people have to do it.
I mean, something like that, just
But what makes it even worse is the unfortunate case.
What makes it worse is it's not true.
No, it's not true. That's
the worst part.
Absolutely.
It's not true.
But the unfortunate part is all of us at some point are going to. That is going to happen to all of us at some point. And
I think,
then you have to look around.
Based on your career, you might live forever.
I'll tell you what. I don't think they used to say Hulkamania was going to live forever. He's not with us anymore. So, but it's. I think where the unfortunate part is, you even have to second guess credible national reporters at times when something like this happens now because of stupidity like this.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
very much so.
Let's start with this. Jack isn't even remotely on Facebook.
No.
Right? And for him, it's been a tough time the last week anyway because he and Mike Wagner were very close friends.
Yes.
And Mike did pass away.
Mike passed away, yes.
And the Steelers put out a statement. I mean, that's how you knew it was legitimate. And I had known for a long period of time that Mike was he was losing the battle.
Yeah.
Because Jack always kept me updated on how Mike was doing because, I mean, I met Mike several times, so obviously I knew him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been hard for him because somebody he was very close to Well, I'm talking about very close to for more than 50 years passed away. So, because Jack and I talked about that last week when we were on the phone. And, what, now we do this? I mean, come on.
It's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Absolutely insane and unfortunate that we even have to talk about it.
And the problem with social media is this. Too often something is brought to my attention because you know what my social media activity is.
Uh-huh.
Low
That's how mine
to
is.
almost non-existent. And I'll let people bring things up. I'll go, what? Right? Some things are benign. I was talking the other day about somebody brought up to me about, there's a lot of stories going around that Mike Rose lost the locker room with the team. It's like, who makes this stuff up? I mean, who makes this stuff up? Right? It's a make believe thing, right? It doesn't mean he hasn't like some player isn't enamored with him. He's the coach, right? You want to know all the players when Joe was coaching that they weren't enamored with Joe?
Or feared him, one of the two.
Right? It's like, okay.
Absolutely.
Right? That happens. Right? That happens. But you haven't lost the locker room. But the fact that I got to waste my time and address it because it's out there on social media, and it is a waste of my time, but I'll do it anyway because you might as well bring some realism in, somebody who's there on a daily basis. Yes, I was there yesterday. They practiced. Certainly seemed like they practiced pretty hard to me.
Yeah.
And they were kidding around about a couple of things afterward and so forth. Yeah. But, so this is another thing that we unfortunately have to sit there and waste our time about. It's not like it's one thing to have opinions. Okay. Well, okay. You can have an opinion, but, it would be nice if they were opinions based in facts.
Yeah.
And I can, and I always told my broadcasting classes, I can put a series of facts up here and you can draw different conclusions. But at least you're doing your conclusions based on facts.
On facts. Absolutely.
Right? I said, we can all draw different conclusions, different opinions. That's fine. But at least they're based on facts. I mean, legitimate information. And that's a big, big part of it. I think Micah Shrewsbury last night hurt his Achilles on the sideline in that game against Duke. I mean, and Duke just kind of picked up where they left off.
Yeah.
After that great win over Michigan on Saturday. Yeah. Okay, they beat Notre Dame by 44 last night. I mean, it was bad early. I mean, I watched, I watched the first 7 minutes of the game, and wow. It was, Micah had to wear a boot. I did not see the second half. I guess Micah wore a boot in the second half of the game. Sidney Crosby's on the IR. He's going to miss at least 4 weeks. And the play that he got hurt on, Radko Gudas, who plays for the Anaheim Ducks, they kind of went after Crosby in that game. I mean, they went after him. And I'm watching the play, and he gets belted again, and then they crushed him, and then he landed awkwardly on the ice. And Crosby's having a great season for the Penguins. He really is. Here he is in what is allegedly the twilight of his career. He's already got 27 goals. He's got 59 points, playing great. But he's going to be out 4 weeks. Next up is the Combine, which brings with it A lot of interesting stories. Arvell Reese, whom is a terrific player. Now, he did not win Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. I can assure you he did get one vote for it. It's like, I just have my own opinions as to whatever. It's like,
I would have given him a second vote.
But I do know for a fact he got a vote. I mean, I don't need to guess. He says he views himself as an outside linebacker edge rusher than an off-the-ball linebacker in the pros. I agree with him on that. I think he does a good job of timing up blitzes, but he also goes out and he puts himself in a good position when they drop him in coverage. He plays the run really well, and you're talking about a 242-pound linebacker. I mean, 242 pounds. So that means if you are as an edge rusher, maybe you want a little more weight on him. Maybe you want him to be 260. All right, but at 242 as a combo guy, that makes sense. They say his position fit's going to be really important coming up. Right now, Mel Kiper has him number 4 going to Tennessee. Reese says he's already met with the Arizona Cardinals, the Cleveland Browns, and the New York Jets. And he said between Matt Patricia and Jim Laurinaitis, 2 guys that played in the NFL, Patricia didn't play, he coached in the NFL. Yep. And Laurinaitis, who played in the NFL, he said that really has helped him a lot. And what Laurinaitis did was he showed him a lot of tape of Jamie Collins, who played with the Patriots. He says to be an outside linebacker and edge in the NFL, he knows he's going. What did I just say? He needs to get bigger. Mm-hmm. Right? He probably needs to be 260.
Oh yeah. I agree.
And with the right weight training program, which all these guys are on now. Everybody's on the right weight training programs in the pros. There's so much science that goes into it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should be able to go 260 and maintain quickness. I don't know if it's possible for him to get quicker because he's already a quick player to begin with. But that's what you're going to get with him. Nick Singleton is at the Combine. He flew out of here at 2 o'clock yesterday. He obviously physically will not be able to do anything at the Combine, but he's going to go through the interview process because I always love he's hurt. That really hurts his draft stock. I'm like, why does it hurt his draft stock? Right? They're not playing.
They're not playing any.
They're not playing any games.
No, he'll be fine.
Right? I mean, I've got all this video of him playing. Yeah. Right? Plus all the workouts he did for them in person down there. Mm-hmm. Now, will he be able to do anything at the Combine like run a 40? No, but for goodness sakes. I mean, he's not going to run a 40 on pro day here either. Okay, if people want to know, he's a 4.37. Okay, so we're done. Okay, it's like, just so you know.
Yeah.
And again, that's something I don't have to guess at. Yeah. Okay. And I think he's good to go, full go in May. Well, the NFL doesn't play
training camp until
August,
July.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't play a game until August.
So he'll miss mini camp.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is he the first to do that? No, there's people healthy that miss it.
Yeah. So he's out there for the interview process. Hey, here I am. This is who I am. And
which at this point, that's what matters the most. How you conduct yourself as a person to the people that are potentially going to hire you.
Right. Now, you'd like to be able to put a number down on the 40.
Absolutely.
For him to put a number down on the 40.
Yeah.
Because he would put down a great number, and they've got it cataloged. Right. Now, if they need to find out what he ran here at Penn State, they've got the numbers here at Penn State for him. I mean, you didn't get slower. And that is, but he's out there. Drew Aller evidently wants to do some throwing out there. Drew, of course, he'll be interesting above all because with the ankle injury and everything, he's going to be an interesting for somebody.
Yeah.
But he's a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which kicks you further up the board.
100%.
He actually, for the bowl game, put a request in with the medical staff to throw with the scout team for the bowl game. And they said, no. He says, well, no, I feel fine. No. He tells you something about him at least.
Yeah.
But Venga Ioane will be...
Yeah, absolutely.
He has all the makings of a first-round pick.
I agree.
And I've talked during the season, I talked to a couple of NFL general managers, and they loved him. Now, it doesn't mean they fit their team.
No.
Right? I mean, but they're evaluating everybody. And Ioane is big, powerful, quick. I mean, for a big man, and Venga is a big man. Boy, does he move well. Usually in the NFL, guards are critical, but on a draft board, like, you want to rush in, you want to left tackle, things like that. They have this priority listing, and guards aren't there. That's why Quentin Nelson kind of beat the odds coming out of Notre Dame and ending up being a first-round pick. And he's been
just thrived.
Pro Bowl
Thrived right
guy,
out of the gate.
Pro Bowl guy, year in and year out. I mean, the Niners don't draft that kind of guy.
They don't. They don't draft offensive line well.
Right.
Puny's good, but other than that, no, they don't.
That was a joke.
It's got half truth to it, though.
Yeah, that was a joke. No, it was a total joke on my part. I'm not going to sit there and pretend to know the 49ers draft history like you do.
Yeah.
And so he is in a great spot where he is already perceived to be, at minimum, a top 25 player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So somewhere between 15 and 25, depending on who. Probably more accurately between 19 and 25. He's probably in that range. One of the interesting elements, like a Dennis Sutton, I think Zane Durant has a chance to really show something here.
The way both of them finished the year, too, and DDS obviously playing the bowl game and playing the game he had.
Denai did some great things, and the fact that he went and played the game was huge. Sometimes certain schemes benefit certain players as to how they play.
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure that what Penn State played this season benefited Zane Durant. I mean, Denai was fine. What they did, Zakeem Wheatley was fine. The scheme worked really well for him. I'm not really sure how much it worked for Zane.
Not initially, at least. I don't think. Yeah, and I think as the season went on, he developed into the scheme. But
he's smart. I mean, he's
absolutely.
Smart. And look, a lot of things he did were for the team.
Yeah, certainly.
As to how he had to play. But somebody gets him is going to get a steal. Wheatley, he will go out there. He'll clock some times, right? But if an NFL team values this part right here.
Which they should.
Right. They'll take Wheatley. I would say that, let's see, Katron Allen. Katron Allen is quicker now. I think the time he runs will be interesting. It won't be what Nick would have run. But he's also 10 pounds down from where he was. And he has stayed healthy. That has made a gigantic difference. Nolan Rucci has the size they're looking for. He's had some really good moments out there. I know in some of the work, in the all-star work, he impressed some people. And then a guy like Drew Shelton. Shelton is a guy that good feet, arm extension, and it's one of the reasons why I said that with Ioane and Shelton over there, why I talked about on the broadcast and on the show about at times being more of a left-handed team. Because I felt that combo over there, and then, of course, Dawkins in the middle, and Dawkins will be another guy that at least intellectually is going to blow these guys away when they get a chance to sit down and talk with them. And, you know, it's going to be interesting, I think. As for Drew Aller throwing, when quarterbacks throw at a pro day or a combine, everything, for the most part, is weighted in their direction, especially at your pro day. Because at the pro day, you've got your receivers. Yep. You're also, you know, they've got a series of plays for you, but you're not being rushed, and you can put on quite a show. Your guy Greg Roman came in here one time. I'm talking to Greg, and he's like this. I said, Greg, what's wrong? He says, that Jason Lord guy isn't here, is he? Now, at this point, Greg was with the Buffalo Bills at the time. Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, and Hackenberg, Christian had his pro day, and Christian wowed everybody at the pro day. And Greg liked him. Because, I was standing with Greg the entire time when he was throwing. And, you know, so we'll see how this all goes. We'll see how this goes. And sometimes pro days, I'll give you 2 pro days where people went, okay, where they didn't have a great pro day. And I'm talking about not combine, I'm talking about their own pro day. Lamar Jackson was one.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning was the other one. They both
that.
turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I remember that because there was how many times after Manning's pro day, there were many rumblings. Oh, I think Ryan Leaf's the guy you take number 1 now. How'd that turn out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Steelers are sitting at 21.
Yes.
Now, between now and the draft, there will be approximately 1,722 mock drafts.
If not less or more.
I might be underselling.
I think so. Yep.
I've already seen a couple that had the Steelers taking Ty Simpson, and I saw one that had them taking Denzel Boston. With all due respect, if I'm sitting in the draft room, there is no doubt in my mind which one of the 2 I take.
Oh, yeah.
Denzel Boston. Size, speed, quickness, hands. Now, the one part I'd have to really ask somebody that knows better than I do is what kind of route runner is he? Okay. What kind of route runner is he?
Yeah.
Simpson, as a first-round pick, I don't see it. Now, as a quarterback, he's going to get higher value no matter what. But I watched him play in enough big games.
Yeah.
Like Georgia, like Indiana. It
wasn't terrible in the Georgia game, but I think once he got
the SEC
that championship
game.
Yeah, he was.
Right?
Yeah.
The last 2 games he played.
I think the biggest thing that I noticed is teams started to figure him out, and that's where I think he went south. That's, I think, the concern for me. Oklahoma's where it started. I think he played terrible in the Oklahoma game, and then just really all the way up until the end of the season. Yeah, Indiana, I'll give him, he wasn't healthy that game, but the other 2.
First half of the Oklahoma playoff game,
Yeah.
First half of the Oklahoma playoff game, he didn't play well.
No, and he didn't play well regular season against Oklahoma.
Right. Second half, he was better.
And that game was in Tuscaloosa.
The first
game
was.
Yeah.
The second one was in Norman. The playoff game. Now.
Yeah, they went how long without a first down that game?
What didn't Alabama have this year? Alabama did not have a running game this year. Do the Steelers have a running game?
Okay running game, but no, not one that's going to scare anybody. Yeah.
Part of this is going to be whatever conversation Mike McCarthy has with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that decision will come quicker this year than it did last year. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I think they need to have that decision by April 25th.
Good chance, yeah.
I mean, I think you have to.
I think so.
I mean, unless you're going to sit there and...
Even if it's via word of mouth and not necessarily public.
Now, do you draft Simpson with the idea he sits behind Aaron Rodgers?
And learns from Rodgers.
Okay, which McCarthy is used to. McCarthy, you know.
Did that with Rodgers.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I watched Simpson play, and it's not as if I see all bad things. I don't see bad things.
But I see enough.
But I don't see enough consistently good things.
Yeah, I see enough bad things that concern me.
That lead me to say he's not a first-round pick. But in the second round, I would take a flyer on him.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Second day.
I just feel like throwing the ball down the field is not his strength, and that's a concern when it comes to the NFL.
Right.
In a big way.
The question would be,
in this world's NFL, I know a lot of people are going to tell me, well, Joe Montana, Drew Brees didn't throw it. Well, Brees threw it down the field enough.
Joe Montana and Drew Brees both threw the ball down the field.
Sure did when they had to.
They were not dink and dunk guys.
No.
Right?
No.
You don't throw for that many yards by dumping
it all the time. Yeah.
But there's one intriguing guy out there that becomes a bridge guy for somebody. And do you sign him? And that's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was released Kirk Cousins will be released by the Falcons.
Will be March 11th.
On March 11th. Yep. So he will be released.
Yeah, I think that answer is an easy yes. If he comes at a price that is affordable, absolutely.
Right. And you can buy time with somebody like that. What the Falcons did with him, where they signed him, and then they drafted Michael Penix. Penix was drafted at 24. Penix is not a young
with a history of injuries, and now he's got another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I don't know what the Falcons' quarterback situation is going to be, because I'm not sure Penix is their future either. So that's from their perspective. But then you look at what Cousins was able to do in Atlanta. First of all, what he did in Minnesota was exceptional. What he did in Washington was exceptional.
He did a good job.
Yeah, did a good job.
Look, he did a good job in both.
Yeah.
And part of it is, I always love when they assign wins and losses to quarterbacks. All right, he is 0-9 on Monday Night Football or primetime games.
So is the rest of the team he played with.
So the other 44 guys are also 0-9.
Yeah. But the other part of it is he went into an offense in Atlanta that he wasn't used to whatsoever. Raheem Morris, as a head coach, I think struggled. I think as a coordinator, he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine in San Francisco. But what that offense was not Cousins. Cousins wasn't an option-oriented quarterback. He never was. And that's what they tried to make him out to be for his first year, and that's why he struggled. You look at how he finished the year last year. I thought he finished the year incredibly well. And that's what you get out of Kirk Cousins. You don't necessarily get a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback every game, but you get a guy that is going to win you games. You get a guy that has that veteran presence, which I think is huge in the locker room. And if he's willing to sign for a reasonable price, absolutely, I think you take a chance on him.
I mean, he knows the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And he will also be further removed from his Achilles injury.
Absolutely.
being further removed from an Achilles injury is always big.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is not going to wow you and run.
No.
But it's your ability to, in that 3 to 5 foot circle, maneuver around to make a play, right? Where now your Achilles is fully healed, because it usually takes about 1.5 years for that to happen. And just being more nimble in that 3 to 5 foot area for a guy like Kirk Cousins is big. And he still has the arm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, certainly.
He still has the
Certainly.
he still has the feel and the eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the best quarterback in the game? No.
But he's serviceable. He's good enough.
Is he the richest quarterback in the game?
He knows how to negotiate a contract. I can tell you that. You get the first guaranteed contract, really, when he signed with the Vikings, and then you get that guarantee with Atlanta. He's a smart man.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
That's going to be...
Or his agent's a smart man, or both. I'm not sure which one, but either or. If
you've been around Kirk Cousins, I mean, his agent's huge, but if you've ever been around Kirk Cousins, he's a smart guy.
Absolutely.
He is a very smart. When he was at Michigan State, you're like, this guy he's got something to him.
You saw something to him, I think, and you go all the way back to 2008 when they played here in that blowout in that bad weather game. I thought he came in and was effective in the end of that game.
Sure he was.
Yeah. And took that really to the following year.
Yeah. No, he's just always been a good player. But I'm saying he is at, what is he now, 37?
He's in his late 30s, no doubt. Yep.
So you're not getting a spring chicken, but as I pointed out,
you're getting a veteran.
But I pointed out he is a bridge guy.
Yes.
Now, maybe the Steelers fans are sick of a bridge guy. Right? Because it's a franchise that with Terry Bradshaw and with
Ben
Roethlisberger, and then all the other guys over the years have been bridge guys, right? Tommy Maddox was a bridge guy.
Cordell Stewart
was a bridge guy. Neil O'Donnell was a bridge guy.
Yeah.
Right?
And these guys took him to the Super Bowl. Neil O'Donnell took him to the Super Bowl.
Right. And and then right now, Aaron Rodgers has been a bridge guy.
Yeah, and that's going to be their argument with Cousins. So if you're going to keep a bridge guy, you might as well keep Rodgers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not my point. Is like what's Rodgers want to do?
What's he want to do? Yeah. My gut tells me, and I don't have a clue. I really don't. I have no idea what his decision's going to be. My gut tells me it's going to be Pittsburgh or nobody. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else at this point. I don't think he's going to want to play anywhere else and start fresh again, unless a golden opportunity comes up that he can't pass up. I don't see him going anywhere else. I think it's going to be either the Steelers or he's going to retire.
Yeah.
And again, that's a pure guess. That is nothing I know or have been told.
Right. We will see. Yes. The NBA. Okay, we're done.
You were talking about the Olympics earlier. I think that's something that you look at with, and this ties a little bit to basketball. Part of it could be that we are spoiled a lot with what the basketball has done in the Olympics, but the other part of it is it's just not I don't say it's not an Olympic sport. It is for every other country, but I think the Olympics mean more to the fans at the hockey level and the soccer level than it does to basketball. In the United States. Not worldwide, but I think in the U.S. it does.
First of all, the Summer Olympics draw higher ratings.
They do.
The Winter Olympics this time were up 96% from Beijing. 96% from the Beijing Olympics. The Beijing Olympics, like they always felt like there was a dark cloud over that.
You're right.
because they still had a lot of COVID restrictions, and it's not the world's most welcoming country. It's like,
and it somehow has had both Olympics.
I get to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But the ratings for this were up 96%. What the Olympic Games does, and this is why it was such a smart financial play on NBC's part to secure, I think their contract runs through 32. think the first Olympiad that will be
because
up.
they have Los Angeles and they have the one after. Yeah, so they do.
And they've got Los Angeles, winter in France, and then Brisbane in 32. Mm-hmm. The first one that's out there is Salt Lake City. Read a great article about Salt Lake City yesterday about sports. It was really good. And is that it draws the casual fan. That's always the difference between a good rating, great rating, awesome rating is the casual fan. The NFL draws the casual fan in. The Super Bowl draws mega casual fans in. The Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics both draw casual fans in. And that's why they get such great ratings. Because everybody's rooting for the same team. I mean, you're over there rooting for Slovakia. That's your issue. But I don't understand. But people are rooting for the same team. They did put out, I don't remember who the sponsor was, but the commercial where they've got the Celtics and the Lakers fans standing there together, and all of a sudden, like, it's Team USA. It's Spike Lee and Reggie Miller. Yeah, but it's Team USA. Yeah. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. But yeah, it's Team USA. How it brings everybody together. It does that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's. And you of course wearing your Slovakia garb all over the station. I don't know what you're doing. You confused everybody. I had to explain. I had to explain to everybody that you got it cheap.
Got a hometown discount.
Way to go.
Traded him a 49ers Super Bowl champion 2 years ago, shirt for it. I think.
And what gets me is they go, "This is gold."
It's the gold rush.
Right. I think this is a slice of gold.
I think the Olympics. I agree with that. It brings everybody together. The NFL, what it does better than anybody well, obviously they have the resources and tools to promote it. Number one, better than anybody. But the other part of it is you have the diehard fan, which is going to follow their team the whole way, no question. You have the casual fan.
Even the Sacramento Kings have a diehard fan.
Not many, since the Maloofs have left, but they have some. The other part, I think, is you have the casual fan that is going to be that fan that's going to watch casually, and you have the household that's going to watch casually with the diehards. You also have that fan that is invested because of fantasy sports.
Sure.
That's, I think, the other, and because of gambling. That's the other parts that all come together with better than anybody in terms of the NFL. I think the NFL just brings those audiences all in, and that's what pushes their sport to an even further level than it already is. And that's, I think, what other sports are still trying to learn. Basketball is doing pretty well at it. It's not drawing the ratings or anywhere close.
Well, regular season NBA doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because almost everybody makes the playoffs. That's the other part of it. But the other sports are getting closer with all the other stuff, but it's not to the level of the NFL or anywhere close just yet.
The Salt Lake City article was fascinating. The Salt Lake City, Orem, Provo corridor. I don't know if you've ever been there before.
Not to Salt Lake City, no.
I mean, because I know, like, you're kind of banned in Utah.
A lot of places.
Not an exclusive club.
I gave them their Wi-Fi title. Jordan pushed off. I thought that was only fair. That's one of the great Wi-Fi passwords of all time.
But I read an article because, like, now they are, without question, one of the leaders to get Major League Baseball expansion. It looks like Nashville, Salt Lake City are the two leaders. Yeah. They were explaining in the article how organized they are. Now, part of this is the big money people there. Right? Now, they have the Utah Jazz. They already, Smith already owns that team. And Gail Miller is, what's it? Larry Miller was her husband. They passed away in, I think, 2019, something like that.
Larry was an incredible owner.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Right. But Smith has stepped in. The Millers are still a part of what's going on. They have the Jazz. They then take the Arizona Coyotes and they shift them to become the Utah Mammoth. And they got the Olympics because they went to the Olympic Games and they're organized. Organized to the point of this. What's the biggest problem financially for every Olympics? is that you sit there and you make a bid, and you're projecting how much it is going to cost. How much is it going to cost to build the ski jump you need? How much is it going to cost to build the moguls area? How much is it going to cost to build a hockey rink? How much is it going to cost? The hockey rink, almost everybody has it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But how much is it going to cost to build a speed skating area? How much is going to, all these things that you put money into, and then when you build it, 5 to 6 years later, the costs are exponentially higher.
Yeah.
That's what Rio de Janeiro ran into. Salt Lake
Nobody
City,
thinks about what are we going to do about it after it's all said and done.
Salt Lake City, I guess, already has it done.
Yeah, that's good then.
They already have it done because Park City is also going
to.
Right?
Yeah.
But I guess Salt Lake City, Park City, they already have it done.
Yep.
Now when it comes to Major League Baseball, they've already got the land. They went to Major League Baseball. They've got the land. Okay? They've got the financial backing.
Certainly.
No, I'm talking like they've got it. They've got the financial backing. Right? They've got anybody that has money in Utah has thrown their money into it. Okay? Number two, they've already got the public-private part worked out with the governments. Already done. Major League Baseball, I guess, was blown away by the absolute A, B, C, D, E, F, G organization. Now, every box was checked when they got there. These people have been incredibly smart about what they've done because they're trying to take Salt Lake City as a dot on the map, and they're trying to make the dot bigger. That's impressive.
It's absolutely.
Right? Because, look, having a pro sports franchise is not the be-all, end-all, but
it helps in a big way.
But it gives you an image, a perception that you're a major league city.
Yep, absolutely.
I saw this happen in Hartford. When the Whalers were there, there was a perception that Hartford was a major league city. When they moved to Carolina, that perception went away. I've seen it. And Salt Lake City's done a great job of giving people the perception that they're a major league big-time area in a part of the country that, it's a mountain time zone. You don't have a lot of mountain time zone teams. Denver. Okay? I mean, that's it. Every once in a while, Arizona doesn't change clocks. So once in a while, they're in the mountain time zone. But they've done it was a fascinating article about how smart they've been and about how organized they've been. They haven't just had an idea of what they want to do. They've had an organized plan as to how to make it happen. Something that I'm just begging you.
Getting close.
Right. Okay? You got to get yourself organized.
That's right.
It was a movie a long time ago, and it was Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner's dad, Carl Reiner, Eva Marie Saint, Alan Arkin, and the movie was entitled "The Russians Are Coming, the Russians Are Coming." And what happens is a Soviet sub, because the captain had never seen the United States before, just wanted to get close enough so he could take binoculars and look at it, and they run on into a sandbar. Well, now they have to figure out how to get the sub out of there. And the entire island thinks that the Russians are... So there's panic all over the place, and Dom DeLuise is playing the sheriff, and he says, "Look, we've got to get organized." That's you. Wear something blue tomorrow. Son.
I'll do that.
Right?
Wore something blue yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this. This doesn't look blue.
No.
I feel like at any moment Larry Johnson's going to show up. And I personally like Larry Johnson. But he doesn't wear the blue colors anymore.
No.
Am I supposed to look at you and think that that you personally know Jair Brown?
I don't think I personally know him, but I've talked to him enough.
Got to give you credit. You lead the league in RO.
I do know some former Penn Staters that played for the 49ers, and Jair's not one of them.
You lead the league in RO, man. Restraining orders.
That's right.